Hello, my name is Maysie Smithwick. I go to Polaris, and this is my speech on history, primary source, and historical person who is influential. What history means to me, it is a chance to reflect on the past and therefore change current ideas, issues, and decisions. The past has been bad and good, and so then we can create the future to be what we want it to be from historical thinking. And history is why we're here today, so that's why it's important. My primary source is propaganda posters from World War II. What propaganda is the government or companies influencing people from kind of intense images. Some propaganda can be presented in a lot of ways. So one is to appeal to authority, to hate the enemy, bandwagon propaganda, which means like everyone's doing it, so why aren't you? Normal person propaganda, so anyone can help and you can participate. Euphemisms, using nicer words basically to seem appealing. So what the Nazis said that they'd be resettling the Jews because it seems more tasteful. And fear is one, and then science is one. So they create sort of science to convince people that their opinion is correct. Americans during World War II used hate the enemy, anyone can help, and fear. So this one is he's watching you, it's fear, because that's one of the enemy soldiers. And it's supposed to create fear on the other side, so we're more influenced to help out. These are production propagandas, so they are influencing people to produce to help out the government, and they're also normal person propaganda, so that like basically anyone can help. So like saving your cans, women helping. And this is a production propaganda as well, that propaganda can help win. And then there were hate the enemy propagandas, which are these, and they depict the enemy in harsh and sometimes racist ways. Like Tojo is always represented like with fangs, and it's really scary, and Hitler has fangs too. And they all just look really evil. And they depicted the Japanese as mice or monkeys, as to dehumanize them. So like Americans would basically feel more comfortable with killing. The person that I thought, as I picked as an influential figure in history is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He became president he was inaugurated March 4th, 1933, 32 days after Hitler was appointed as Chancellor of Germany. When he was elected, he knew that he had to deal with a really big issue of the Depression and the worst economic crisis in history. So a lot of the laws that he created have been important even to today. So the Civilian Conservation Corps hired more than 3 million men to work on various projects, which was one example of how he created jobs. The Tennessee Valley Authority used the Tennessee River to provide electricity in the depressed area, because they were one of the roughest areas of the time in the area, or of the United States at the time. The National Industrial Recovery Act, which created the Public Works Administration to provide aid to cities, and the National Recovery Administration to help businesses. Securities and Exchange Commission, which corrected the abuses which led to the stock market crash. The Works Project Administration, which hired a lot of people for a variety of projects, including in the arts. Social Security Act, which created the Social Security system, which is still prevalent in our society today. And he also repealed Prohibition. He really influenced and helped change America, coming out of the economy and leading to a successful World War II. And he turned America around. My theme is that conflict over oppressive or otherwise unwanted authority can lead to success in the future. So in the American Revolution, this is prevalent because the people who wanted the America to have its own government stood up against the authority and fought for their lives to win, and now we have a country. And there are a lot of other examples of this throughout U.S. history, such as the Civil Rights Movement, and women getting the chance to vote in the early 1900s. And so standing up against authority has always been really prevalent, and it works. And, yeah, so that's the end.